Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Roikhatun Nikmah. I'm from class TBEI. Today I would like to tell about current teaching methodology in writing. The ability to write meaningful sentence, lines, paragraph, which a reader can easily understand is termed as excellent writing skills. Writing is one way to recognize our idea and help us to absorb and process information that can be transferred to others. It is a perfect way to write and express your view on the topic you want to address your audience and listeners. Writing is one of the results of students in the learning process, and this skill is included in the psychomotoric domain. Writing is a productive and expensive activity. This activity, the writer must be skilled in analyzing graphology, language structure, and vocabulary also. In Indonesian schools, it is important for students to be a good writer. This is because writing is a language skill that is used to communicate indirectly, not face-to-face with others. Next, kind of writing. There are 4 kinds of writing. The first is description, second is narration, third, exposition, and the last, argumentation. Description. Tell what thing are you like according to the 5 senses. A description is or a description passage in a story. And then narration. The main purpose of this topic of writing is to tell or narrate a story. The writer creates different characters and tell you what happened to them. The writer uses first-person narration. Third, exposition. The main purpose of this type of writing is to explain. In position writing, the author focuses an emphasis on telling or explaining a given topic or subject. Your main motivate of this writing style is to spread information. And the last is argumentation. The purpose of argumentation is to convince through logic. Then, teaching writing. Teaching writing has seen numerous approaches and methods creating its way in the early 80s. The focus has shifted from sentence structure and grammar drills to music and text organization. Its understanding and use are largely fluid in every discipline, each of which requires a specific method of teaching. Teacher first, student then, have become aware of the fact the writing takes particular conventional from in the different contexts. Consequently, a great number of approaches and methods of teaching have come out. Although none of these approaches can be considered as ideal, they have all proven to be successful in one period or another. Then, what is a criteria of good writing? There are some criteria of good writing. The first, ideas that are interesting and important. Second, organizing that is logic and effective. Third, voice that is individual and appropriate. 4. Word choice that is specific and memorable. 5. Sentence fluency that is smooth and expansive. And the last, convention that are correct and communicative. Okay, next, current teaching methodology and writing. The first, audio-lingual method. The first is audio-language method. When the audio-language approach prevailed, writing was taught only to reinforce speech. It was believed that the mastery of grammatical rules could lead to the phonetics language, especially in the spoken form. This belief encouraged the teaching of grammar in the time allocated to writing. It was in such circumstances that the method known as control to free emerged. It consists essentially in providing the student with piece of writing such a sentence or paragraph and asking them to make some grammatical or lexical change such as using the present tense instead of the past or the plural instead of the singular, and etc. To change prasa into clause or vice versa. This type of exercise makes the learner write frequently and give them the opportunity to produce their own writing without mistake because their production are strictly controlled. And the second is cooperative language learning. Cooperative language learning is part of a more general instructional approach also known as collaborative learning. Cooperative learning is an approach to teaching that makes maximum use of cooperative activities involving pairs and small groups of learners in the classroom. Donald said that cooperative learner involved a small group of the students working together as a team to solve a problem or accomplish a common goal. Working together as a team to solve a problem or accomplish a common goal. It is normally called student team learning. In cooperative learning, teachers teach students in groups where they can work together more effectively. Indeed, cooperative is not a way of learning but also a theme to be communicated about and studied. In addition, cooperative learning is known as collaborative learning, which is defined as umbrella term for variety of educational approach involving joint intellectual effort by participant and facilitator together. Okay, next, how to practice writing classroom through cooperative learning. There are 3 steps can you apply. The first is preparation of teaching material. The teacher should prepare the material before coming into the class. The material could be various. It depends on the student ability, environment, and interest. Those are intended to make the teaching learning process to be more active. Then the teacher gives instruction to the student on how doing the writing assignment. And second, explanation of the content. The teacher may begin the lesson with a short introduction such as introduce the student to unfamiliar culture aspect and explain unfamiliar words and phrases in order to comprehend the context. And the last is asking questions in order to know whether the student have understood the writing material given. The teacher asks some question. Based on the student answer, the teacher knows the student ability and gain the purpose of learning writing. That's all from me. Thank you for nice attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.